That's it. Yes, indeed. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can do it without the tape. All right. I want you to do is take that back right up there. Okay. That whole thing. You saw what we just did with the first drill I did. You're gonna hit like that. All right. With that pathetic back. All right. Come on up here. So this is like playing catch. This is like getting loose. We're gonna take that top hand. We're just gonna throw it. We're going to throw it without using our upper body, all right? And we are just going to throw that barrel right at the L screen. You're basically going to play catch with me, all right? Here we go. Ready? Yes, indeed. There you go. You didn't think you'd be doing this today, did you? No. Because see, what I'm trying to do, honestly, everybody I do this with, they usually miss half of them. Okay? Well, the point being is I'm trying to get them to think, this isn't a swing anymore. It's a block and a throw. It's this. Just like, your Coach Ball was teaching you about this, throwing. It's the same thing. All right? I used to do the drill with my sons. No, you keep that. I give him 2 balls. And I put one son over there, one over here. Okay? We go stand over there. And I told him to do this. This is to practice hitting now, not throwing. And what they do is this ball is going to get thrown to them, to one son at the L screen. This ball is going to get thrown back to another at the same time. And the only way to do that, you see, if I turn my shoulders, the ball's going to go over there, and this ball's going to go over there. But to try to teach them how to just tilt and keep their shoulders right here, it would look like this. You see where my shoulders are? Because that's what I want. I want that whipping action. Now, when you throw, it's out here. But as a hitter, we want exactly what you're doing right now. You're getting your upper body to this position here, and you just throw the bat that way. And that's why we did that drill, just to get them a feel. This is where everything goes. This tilts up, and this throws forward. Okay? Just to show you that. We don't have to practice that. Same thing. You're doing great. That's it. Good. That's it. You just keep throwing that barrel. Throw it. See, even on the high pitch, your body tilted. You didn't have to turn. Okay? Again. What was the difference in that swing? Did you feel like the barrel went over there a little bit? Yeah, it got cut off a little bit. Remember, you're playing catch. You're just trying to throw it right back in my mouth. Okay? Last one. That's a good job. Good. There it is. Get your regular bat. Good job. No games this weekend?
No.
Boy, it's kind of nice.
Yeah, well, I wish they were playing. It would be probably in Chalmette. Yeah.
Hey, what is it?
Always.
Man.
Yeah.
I got up this morning and I was like, oh my God, this is unbelievable.
It was cool this morning.
Oh, it was awesome. All right, we'll swing that one with one hand, right? No, I'm just teasing. We got both hands. Come on, man. I ain't that big a jerk yet. All right? Ready? This is fun, kinda, huh? That's a good job, man. Alright? You're doing an amazing job with your upper body. I don't know how it's going for you right now. You have to understand how young you are. Kind of tough. Alright? My oldest son's been doing this my youngest for 6 years now. And it becomes a struggle sometimes. Because guys are trying to get you up. You know what I'm saying? What we usually do back here is I'll try to get him in the right spots. And you get into the right spots right now. Alright? And it's toughest things for the young guys to understand is, I want you see how you just get into this position every time? Normally when we move back and people start throwing to you, now our focus becomes hit the ball, hit the ball, hit the ball. We lose what we're doing with our body. But when I go to throw to you today, I just want you to get to the right spots. I don't care where they go right now, because I know through the course of a long preparation, if you just keep getting your body to the right spots, you'll figure it out. Okay? But if you can't get to the right spots and it takes years to get to the right spots, you'll struggle through this a little bit. Alright? You just keep getting to where you get it. Alright? We haven't even used the plank yet. We're going to, but I just wanted to see if you were getting off your backside without it. And you are. Okay? Alright? You just keep throwing that backside at the ball before you hit it, always pressing that back knee. Good. Back knee pressing. You threw that back hip and you didn't drift that foot forward. You know, the toughest thing about teaching this stuff is I usually get guys that don't get off the plank. Then they get off of it a little too much. It turns into a little bit of a drift. All right. So what we're gonna do in this next round here is I'm gonna put you on the plank. I'm gonna put this little orange thing, and I want you to throw that backside without drifting your foot. And I'll show you what that means. Good job. All right. We're moving along nicely. Go ahead over there, and I'm gonna show you what I mean. When we first started doing this, there was a lot of this, right? You get a lot of balls over there. And look, there's none over there right now. They're all going that way. Which tells me you're doing a lot of good things. All right, now here's the other thing. All right, now after you press, you're throwing your back hip, but it kind of keeps moving forward. And we just need to violently throw it and stop it. Now watch the difference. I'm here. Okay? See how I kind of just rode the ground there? Now I want you to do it. I'm not swinging. Just watch my hip down. Press, and now watch. See how I'm doing exactly what you're doing? But it's coming to this point and just kind of stopping. It's the whole thing behind this. Get all the body parts going and then abruptly stop them all. And then when that happens, that's when the barrel really gonna fly. Okay? So I'm gonna put this little orange thing, and I'm not gonna be an idiot and say, oh, don't worry about the orange thing, because that's why I got it there. Alright? Okay, so here, see? What I'm trying to get you out of this. See how I move forward? Alright, so I'm gonna set this right along the midline of your body. Alright, and we're just gonna press and boom, right there. That means we're throwing our back hip, but it's also gonna stop. Alright? Let's try it. You just swing normal. If you hit it, it's no big deal. It's just a reminder for you, okay? Alright, let's go. Good. Yeah, you see how it abruptly stops, and now you're going to get this whipping action instead of the nice little line drive. And look, you hit a lot of line drives before. But you see that last one, because the whole body stopped, all of a sudden that top hand just went whoop. It just ripped right past your bottom hand. Alright? And that's what we want to try to get the feel of throwing that backside to a point where you're going to make contact, but it abruptly stops along with your upper body. You've done an unbelievable job with your upper body. Okay? Because the first time you came here, that foot was, you were just kind of turning. Now it's not doing anything. Sports Center is over there. It hasn't even worked its way to the middle of the field. It's over there all the time. So that's usually the toughest thing for me to teach. Okay? How to stop the upper body. And you're doing that. Now, let's get that bottom side going a little bit better, but then abruptly stop it along with your upper body. Does that make sense? All right. That. See how it just, you got off that plank up on your toe before you even hit it. Alright? So basically what I'm trying to do for you is provide a roadblock. A roadblock for your hands. You see, if your shoulders turn or this drifts, your hands are going to wind up going this way. Alright? But if this tilts and this stops, and you're in this position, and your parents are throwing me the pitch, how can your hands not go that way? You see what I'm getting at? And if they're going that way, if you catch the ball within this little range right here, it's got to be hit on the barrel somewhere. I'm not teaching you how to hit. I'm trying to improve your chances of being successful. Okay? That's basically what it is. All right, a lot of people say, oh, I taught them how to hit. I told them, put the bat here, put the bat there. I don't care where you put it. I just know before you make contact, this is how you need to be. Now, if you want to hold the bat here, it's fine. But you need to be here when you hit it. Okay? You want to hold the bat here, it's fine. You need to be here when you hit it. All right? So it's about posture now. Get to those spots. Get to those spots. Just get to them over and over, whether you hit them good or not right now. Holding you? Yeah, you just keep getting to those spots because we just want you to get to this position. That way you have a chance to maybe play in high school. You know, that's all I try to do for my kids. If anything happens after that, that was great. One was fortunate, one wasn't good enough. All right? But everybody should try to play high school. Good stuff. All right? You just keep getting to those spots. All right? You're doing great. Nice job with your backside, too.
I have a question.
Yes.
His coach keeps trying to, I guess it's messing with his head, trying to get him to flip his hips out when he hits.
Who's doing this?
Teddy.
Okay.
Trying to get him to turn his hips, and that was messing with him, wasn't it? Okay,
A
so
lot of times you start talking about hip turn, and this follows it.
well, that's why I kept trying to tell him just, worry about what you're saying, don't. But it was getting to his head,
Well, it's
you know.
hard because look, they all played at Holy Cross, and my middle son, like my oldest one, was just he was a great athlete. I mean, like he was, when he was 12 years old, I mean, like I just threw to him. He was a good athlete, football player, baseball player. Skating and playing hockey at 6. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I don't know. It was just, my middle one was just, and I worked for 2 years. You got to get him to do this. Get him to do this. Because the balls weren't going anywhere. Boy, we finally got there. He's leading off for Holy Cross as a sophomore. He really worked his tail off. First pitch of the year. Takes a pitch like this. Coach calls Tom up. What are you doing? So, I've had to go through it with them at Holy Cross.
right?
Well, Steve did step in.
Well, yeah,
and
Steve
tell
told him,
Teddy to back
Right.
off. That
Leave
you're
him-
teaching him that.
right, leave him alone. But I just wanted to make him hear it that don't do it.
We need this to be part of the blocking and the stretch to keep the hands going that way. You start telling kids to turn this,
Right,
then these is going to start going, which is the biggest problem in the world. Most kids I get, and even him the first time he came, as soon as he landed, the first thing he did was turn his hips and his shoulders, and that's why I've been really trying to get him to just press
Right.
and block this way. Like today's round is really good. You can't fake that.
Right.
That's where they're going.
Right.
And that's where they should be going. But yeah, I don't. The last thing, even with the coach who I think's terribly wrong, telling my kids, I'm not going to tell them he's wrong. I'm just going to just listen. Okay, just say yes, sir. But if this was year one, I'd say, well, maybe I'm a little wrong. I've seen too many people be successful. Okay, you just keep that hip right there and let that backside throw. And that's the other thing. Everybody talks about this one. This has nothing to do with it. This is supposed to be, now it gets moved, and if somebody would put it on film and say, look where that hip went. But it's not the first thing that happens. It's getting moved by this one. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I know they move together, but there is a difference. You can feel it when you land and you start trying to turn this one because your foot starts to turn. But if you do this one, your foot is doing exactly what we want it to do, block, and then it kind of moves this where it's not on this side of my knee, it's right over my knee. You see what I'm saying? So it's turning, but if you look at the film, nobody's hip is outside their knee. Not any of the major leaguers.
Right.
Okay? But yeah, you just say yes, sir, you just keep doing this. Because you'll be fine if you keep doing this. I'm okay, thank you. And anytime, look, just chime in, ask, whatever. If you don't, just ask.
Well, with Teddy or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
not with him, but like with me.
Oh.
If something don't make sense, let me explain it. 'Cause,
Oh, no, it makes sense. All this totally makes sense. It's just him, I was like, look, I'm paying for you to go to these classes. Don't, get confused and,
Right.
Mess yourself up.
Yeah.
Stick with what you're doing. I just wanted to say it so he'd hear it, from you.
All right, you ready? Let it get there now, okay? You're going to be quicker than you ever have been, okay? You just let the ball get deep. Try to hit it through this little window right here, all right? That's it, little whipping action. That top hand gets past the bottom hand. Does everything stop? That's it. You're starting to feel that little whipping action, huh? Boom. My fault. Sorry. Kind of weird, huh? It's like the less you're doing while you're hitting it, the harder it goes. Alright? We'll push it back a little bit. We're going to use the plank, but we're not going to use that. We're going to get that bottom side going. We're going to throw that back hip into our front hip. Alright? Good job. You need to sit? That's it. You see that? That's Hanley Ramirez, right? It comes off, maybe about a foot, but not all the way up to your front side, right? Remember, we got to get it going and get it stopped. Everything needs to get going and get stopped. Okay? Right. That's it. All right? Do that for me. Take the first one, let's get a good press. Good. Don't worry about the result right now. We're getting ready to mess with something else, okay? I just got to make sure your feet are doing great. Your upper body's doing great, but I'm going to mess with something in a second, all right? Here we go. Good job. Better way. Just keep getting off that plank, big guy. All right. Couple more. One more. All right, come over here with me. Get a sip. Did you have on camera, you were filming that whole thing?
Uh-huh.
You saw the one I faked in?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see where his barrel was?
No, I wasn't.
What I'm going to go to now, because his feet are okay. You can put that in the fridge, too. You want a beer or something?
Oh, no, thanks. I'm good. I got. You want to see both of us lay out? We'll both take one beer and we'll be on the ground.
A Coke, we got. When I faked him, his elbow went to slot, but I don't know if you saw what the barrel was.
It's
It
down.
kind of it laid down a little bit, okay? So what we're going to work on now, and again, I didn't want to move to this. How did we start today? What was the first drill we did? The top hand, right? Right? Okay. And that's why I just kind of started that with that today, because in my mind I was going to get to that, because the last time we met, your feet were pretty good, and I wanted to get through it the first 20, 25 minutes. Your feet are working, okay? What I'm trying to get him to do is we're going to have to try to keep that barrel above his hands a little longer, and that's why I faked you that one ball. I wasn't trying to mess you up, because I wanted to see if this was working and where the barrel was when this landed. And guess what? Your elbow got to where it was supposed to. This pressed, and I'm like, this is beautiful. But this knob was facing the house. So now when you try to go swing from there, it's a longer action. Okay? So now this is going to be tough, just like that other stuff was. But it's time to move on. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm going to try to get you to do is start feeling that barrel when this elbow tucks, that barrel's sitting right underneath your elbow. Okay? But I'm going to give you a visual to see it, because you're unbelievable. You do everything they tell you? Yeah, everything I tell you do. It's unbelievable. I was telling Chip the other day, I said, I got a dude that, like, if I just say it, he does it. I said, man, I wish you guys were like that. Like, get the garbage and don't look at me funny.
Yeah.
It's amazing. This dude here. They did a good job with that boy. All right, here we go. All right, so we might have to do a little visual today, all right? Because it's time to move on. Because he's starting to do this. Not as good as this guy, but let's just refresh. There's the load in action, what you're doing, and watch that back knee. I don't care about the stride. That back knee's got to press, and you're doing that pretty good, okay? All right, now now this is tough, what I'm asking you to do, but hell, you keep doing everything I ask you, so. See, they all do it. Back knees pressed. Y'all can see it okay? All right, back knees pressed. Now, some lines are going to come up on the screen. You see where his barrel is? And how close to his head the barrel is? This elbow is going to slot. But when your elbow slotted, the barrel of your bat laid right on your shoulder. So it was flat. Look how high his is. Okay? So basically, we're going to draw a line from his shoulder to his elbow, to his hands, and it's a nice, tight, I call a V. See how that's nice and tight? And then the barrel stacked right above his hands. Whereas when you got to this position, the barrel kind of laid down. But I'm not criticizing you, I'm just telling you, you're going to hit it a lot harder if you can keep that barrel right above your hands. Now this is hard to do, especially while you're playing. Okay, but I'm going to do it anyhow. Alright? And here's the difference. Here's two differences here. See, I can take my finger. You can see the barrel over there in the guy's head. I can fit my finger in there. Look at right here. Can't. So the further that barrel gets away from your hands, and look how that V is. Is it tight? No, it's like this. So now we're going to just start working on, and this is a pain, because I'm going to have to make it painful. All right? You're going to, not physically. you're going to take some pitches, and I'm just going to see where that elbow gets. And I'm going to probably run up there and go, no, put it here, so you get a feel. I just want to give you a visual. Here's Rodriguez. Watch where that elbow goes. Right there. And where's the barrel when that elbow gets under there? Straight up and down. Okay? Now, it can be back here a little bit, but that knob can't get away from the ground. Okay? So that's what we're going to work on today. And it's not going to be fixed today, just like the pressing. You're getting it. It also takes just whoop. We're going to let that elbow work here, and I'm going to try to see where that barrel is. And if it's underneath your elbow, the barrel's going to fly when you block. Because you're blocking, all right, because you were hitting the snot out of it right there, but when I was throwing to you, the barrel got so flat that you were hitting it, but you weren't hitting it like before. And it's not about me throwing or underhand. It's not the thing, okay? Because I got some guys that hit better live than they do on that front toss. But the point is, when we were close, your barrel was staying over your hands. When I was throwing to you, it was collapsing. So here's the deal. The simplest way to understand it is you're going to lift that elbow like you're doing, and you're going to keep that palm facing me. Because if I put this barrel in my hand and that palm's facing the pitcher, that's where it's going to be. If that palm's facing the sky, see where the barrel goes? All right, here's Rusty Greer. Watch that elbow. Look at it. That's the best slot ever. Look, it's his elbow, and the barrel's directly. Look, it's the best ever.
I'm going to take a picture for that video that you had.
Yeah, here, they all right here. No, I'll go back to that other one.
Okay.
But this is just to show you. Will Clark, Ken Griffey, Mark Grace, all 300 hitters their whole career. Elbows slotted right in there. You see the knee press. All the knees are pressed. All right, let me get back to Will Clark. And you can see where that barrel is. See how straight up and down it is? Oh, there it is. It should be coming up soon. Yes, indeed. All right. Ready to get some pain going, boy?
I'll send it to you and you can save it.
Oh, I can see it. I'm going to walk through the floor. All right. So you're just going to take it. You go ahead right here. You're going to get the regular stance. All right. I'm going to flip it, and all you're going to do is, whoop, you're going to keep that thing right there. So your hands are going to start wherever you want. You're just going to take that elbow and put it right underneath the barrel. Okay. Let me show you what's happening before. Kind of like this. Watch my hands. I want you to think there's an imaginary box. Did they move yet? Did they move any? My elbow lifts and goes right underneath the barrel. Okay? And then I'm gonna get up and say, nah, let's make it here. It don't have to be like this. That's not what I'm saying. Just everything you were doing. That's why I didn't do this first. This one, you need me to push back a little bit? Alright, right here. Boom. Just get it right in there. And at that nice tight V. It gets here. Yeah, the V's going this way. It gets back here. Look how wide that V is. We're just going to, imaginary box. There's my hands. Draw a little line in it. Lift my elbow. Tuck it right underneath there. And if you can get that and do what you're doing down here, we're going to have some fun down the road. Don't know when.
That's the reason why sometimes when he's batting, he'll swing. It'll be like a long, wide swing.
Yeah, because yeah. If I told him to put the bat like this and then said, go ahead and hit, the first thing this barrel's going to do, this top hand's trying to throw it that way, but because of the position of the barrel, it's going to come out here first. And that's really where he was when he first came here. Everything was kind of,
Yeah, like a long thrown out.
it was long and turning. But, you know, I could have started with this, but it wouldn't have helped because this was still doing this. So you just go from the ground and you just get it started.
Yeah.
Hopefully both, and now I got his shoulders in a great position, I think. Now if I could get this barrel right here, because people don't believe, my oldest one, I told you, he was an athlete, you know, but he was the greatest thing for me as a coach. Because he believed in what I was doing and he never told me I'm not listening to you, but he always challenged me. And I took him through it before I ever started with kids. And I said, just put the barrel right here. I showed him the film and hit. And of course, you know, we all got bad language in this house. But he's like, no way, no way. Just please, if you don't want to do it, that's fine. I want to be able to teach it to young kids. And I just put him right here with a slight tilt. And I threw him a ball, like not underhand, threw it to him. And he went, and he goes, oh my God, I didn't think I could do that from here. Then he bought in, you know, and it was just, but he challenged me on it, you know, and it's going to help him. It's going to help him a lot. And again, it might not help him tomorrow.
Right. Well, I notice sometimes, I mean, he doesn't do it all the time, but when he's batting at games, sometimes you see it's like a long, thrown out,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know. But I told him, because one time you told him about keeping the barrel up, but sometimes I've noticed the battle drop,
Oh, yeah.
and then it's,
And that's what it is about teaching this. I've also made the mistake 15 years ago of trying to teach it all at one time. You just got to resign yourself to the fact that you got to start from the bottom and work your way up. You know. All right, you ready? We're gonna be right here, Hunter. Just the first drill. No, right where you were for the first drill. Right there's good. All right, you know what we're doing, right? We're just gonna keep our hands in the box. Put that elbow underneath the box. All right. But you stand like you want. I don't want to change anything. You put your hands wherever they want, wherever you want. All right. And you're just going to stride, and put that elbow underneath the barrel. And I want you to hold it, because I want to see where the barrel goes. Okay? Ready? And once you stride and slot that elbow, I want you to hold it. Just hold it there, because I want to see where it all is. And look, this don't have to be perfect. Okay? Go ahead. Okay, just a little bit. Where do you like to stand? What about your hand? Where do you want it? Alright. Ready? Lift the elbow and strike. That's it. Filming this? Film this.
mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, go ahead. Start it over. Where's that? Okay, go ahead. Bring your hands up. Step back. And look where the barrel is. And what was happening before is there. Uh-oh. Now it's going to get out and around. Okay, now let's get there. Got it. And now, because this is stacked, now this is going to go. You see where the barrel is now? And then we're going to go, boom, yeah, it flattens out, and now this top hand grows past. Okay? So that's the key for you. Just keeping that barrel up for right now. It's going to feel like doo-doo. Alright? It is. You're just going to go, what is he talking about? Put your hand in the spot, and all you're going to do is put that elbow right underneath your hand. Just for right now. Painful stuff, bud. Ready? Alright, here we go. Alright. Just press. Press and slide. There we go. Yes, indeed. Alright. Now, the one thing that I do want you to understand is wherever your hands are, they don't come with the slot. They stay there. That elbow just goes right underneath. Don't get to the point where you're doing this. You just keep them right there. Go ahead. feel this. Alright? Go ahead. See, that's it. I don't want your hands to come right here. Alright? See how they back and his elbow's right there. You see what it does to him. I don't know if you noticed on Clark and those guys. See how this is starting to lengthen out? That's really what you want. It's like a golfer. You know, I don't know if you play golf. I don't. But those guys get like this, and it's all, and that's what allows the top hand to throw the club face. But my whole life playing, our coaches made us, hey, be nice and loose in here. Nobody's loose.
Right.
That stretch here, stretch there, and that's when it all unfolds. All right, you ready? Just slot right now. Buff up. All right, cool. Do it again. I told you this was painful. There you go. All right. Now, this is most painful. It's called a 2-ball drill. I'm going to flip you one. You're going to get that elbow right under there. You're going to hold it. And then we'll flip you another one. And from there, you are going to get off that backside. We're going to add the plank. Alright? Ready?
Show down.
We'll show you how to do it. I'm going to flip one. You're going to go right there. You hold this. Now don't stride again. Then I'm going to flip you another ball. Right? And you're in this position. I'm going to flip you the other one. And all you do is from here, don't take it back. From here, you're going to get off the plank and throw the barrel. And you're going to knock that snot out of the fuel. Okay? Alright, you ready? Get the slot. Right from there. You see the difference? Just, that's what I'm saying. This dude is amazing. It just like he just does what you tell him. Because a lot of times I'll put a kid in this position, and then I'll flip the second ball, and they'll strop. You know what I'm saying? But the whole point is, and the proof to everybody is, if you could just get to this spot with that barrel there, all that has to happen now is this. And it flies. You see what I'm getting at? And you'll know, like, when he mishits one, because it's all going to happen. Everybody. He's going to get right here, and I'm going to flip him the ball every now and then, and his first move is going to be this. And then you're going to, it's kind of weak. But if the first move is that, like you just did, line drive up the middle. Good job. All right? Amazing, amazing, Hunter. We have to, can you cut my grass after this? All right, here we go. 2-ball drill. Slot it. All right, that's 4 or 5 line drives in a row. Hit from here. It just shows you if the barrel's here, and here's the thing, let me show this to Dad. See, people constantly come to me and say, is this bat too heavy, is this bat too heavy, and all that. And I think they think I'm a smart aleck. But it's not about if they can swing it, is where can they get it? Because if that elbow slides and the barrel's not above their hands, it becomes too heavy. Not for him as a 100-pounder or whatever he is. It's too heavy for their hands. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So when it's too heavy, the big muscles take over and they start trying to swing it with their upper body. But as long as that barrel is sitting here, now that thing isn't heavy. It's like a toothpick in this position. Now, does it feel weird? I'm gonna tell you, still teaching it today. Like today, I don't like today because I'm just going. I gotta have to convince people that they can put the bat right here and swing it 100 miles an hour, because it just doesn't make sense. Because you watch because a real swing looks like it's, but basically they're all just trying to get to here first. You can see now that thing's stacked over my hands, I got it in a position where it's not heavy. And that's why I work those kids and trying to get right underneath here. And it's weird because mine had a good year, but not a great year. And I got him on film. He gets that elbow slotted, but it's weird. The barrels, if that's 12 o'clock, it's kind of like an 11. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little inconsistent, and he hits a couple balls well, but they're not getting driven. You understand what I'm saying? Just by this happening. And that's why this, like, all I would do right now for him is just, boom. My hands don't move, just slot that elbow where that thing is just right underneath. So when he blocks, the thing's going to fly. Because you just hit 5-line drives from this position. And don't tell me it's underhand. You know, that's what we do. Okay? Just right up in there. All right?
Have you seen Steve Gertner since our last tournament? Steven hit one over the fence, but it was on the foul line.
Oh, really?
But it went over that fence at Valreese.
Holy cow.
I know.
Yeah, but, you know, this is just so hard. And I know I've probably told you this before. I should have did what my dad did, you know. He was a musician, taught the piano, keys are always right there. Learn the song, you can play it forever. This, sometimes it's almost like depression, you know. I'm working with so many kids, and some weeks they all come in going, Coach, I don't know what's the matter. And I'm like, oh my God. But some weeks are really good when they just come in. How'd you do? Oh, I hit one, you know, it's just like life. All right, blue tongue, let's do it. You wasn't supposed to do that, but it's a great job. The barrel's sitting right there. Just we're almost there. Take this one, 2-ball drill, 2-ball. That was the one. Remember I told you that sometimes something else moves, and it wasn't really his front hip, it was his shoulder. All you have to do from there is just block, just like you did on the first 5. All right? 2-ball drill. Take the first one. Oh, I knew it. Shouldn't have flipped it. Let me show you why. I saw it and I'm like, maybe. Why me? Then when I flipped it, I had no chance. Remember, the tighter. Mom's got a picture of it. The tighter this is, the stronger you could be able to throw it. All right? This kind of hit me. Let's think about it. I don't know if this is a great analogy, but I'm going to use it anyhow. Because even if it's not right, you might get to understand. You ever see those ice skaters? You know what I'm talking about? When they spin in real fast, their hands are close to it. They want. When they want to come out of it to go to the next move, what do they do with their elbows in their hands? You know? They do this. And they slow down. So you see, the further our hands get away, right? The further our arms get away from our body, the slower we're going to be. So keep this nice and tight. Nice and tight. Okay, not this, because I got to be able to see that elbow. Boom. But it can't be, see, too wide. Alright? Right in there. Okay? Alright, help me with those balls in the back. This is painful, boy. I don't like doing this either. That's good. All right, here we go. 2-ball drill. think about it. Keep that barrel right there. Elbow slots and goes. Good job, you. Live again. Live. There we go. Barrel right here. Nice, nice, nice. 2-ball drill. Good job, man. 2-ball drill. Take the first one, hit the second one from slot. What's the first thing to happen after slot? Block, right? Block. Don't hit. Block. All right, let's try it. 2-ball drill. Take it. Now just block. 2-ball. Nice. Yeah, good. Great slot right there. 2-ball drill. That was, look at, this is Sports Center over there, first time all day, right? See, the thing you did such a great job with the first round was you just got it right here, and then when I flipped the second ball, all you did was block, and this stood right here. 3 out of those last 5 you tried to do too much, and I understand because you got the bat here going, there's no way. It's like I told you folks, there's no way, there's no way, there's no way. All right? There is a way. Just block. Okay? Ball. Don't push it now, throw it. Get the slot. Just get there. Good. Slot it up. Don't let the barrel fall, right? Remember when we talked about that palm? You just keep that palm at me. You get the slot with that palm right there, and then you just slap me in the face with it. Okay? Don't karate chop me. Slap me. Get the slot? Right from there. Slap me. Yeah, a little whipping action. Good, good, good. Slot it up. Keep that palm at me. You're slapping me, slapping me. Don't karate chop me because the barrel's going to fall. Yeah. Ready? There it was. Okay? There's a great adjustment in those last 3. You got the slot and then not slot, lay down, and swing. Okay? I help you. We're going to go back there. I'm going to give you a bucket, you get those, I'll take these back here. And then guess what? We're going to hit from slot when I'm throwing to you. Oh, I told you the pain. Man, I ought to take advantage of you. I might tell you to pick all the balls up. Boy, listen. God, dog. That's good, Hunter. How many you got? You gonna sit, my man, and I'm gonna set you up.
You hit me good. Okay.
You're gonna remember it?
On the plate, my man. I'm gonna tell you to get the slot. We're gonna see how you come out of slot. Okay? Show me slot. Here we go. Here we go. like you did on that last swing. Remember, you slapping me with the palm. Slapping me, slapping me, slapping me. All right, get the slot. Let's see what happens. You're going to have to struggle through this now. All right. All right. One live. One live. Just throw that palm at me. Let your elbow work underneath the barrel. Get the slot. Block. Don't use your shoulders now. Just block. Here we go. Slot it up. There it was. Good. All right. See the whipping action, when you don't use your shoulders, the barrel, you're going to throw that top hand past your bottom hand. When you turn your shoulders, two things happen. The barrel falls before you make contact, or you roll right over it, and that top hand's going to go over your bottom hand. Okay? It's going to go over it, not past it. You want to throw that palm past my bottom hand. All right? Good job. Slide it up. Tough pitch, huh? That was mean. Slide it up. You didn't do too much there, right? Okay, we're going live here. Same thing. Trying to feel that barrel by your head. Throwing it from your head. Here we go. Hold that block for me. Hold your finish for 3 seconds. All right. Look at you. Good. Feel that. Be strong with your top hand. Okay? Just let that elbow take it right underneath the barrel. Yeah, that's going to be your homework. Alright? Good job. Your barrel is where it should be. Go get your feet started now. That ball, the last two got out of my hands. They were halfway there before you even picked up your foot. Let's go, get it started. When I start coming to you, you start coming to me. Slide it up. Isn't that weird? How do you just...
It just works.
I had to learn that, not the hard way. I was just like, but every kid I put in that position, and then, we go, same thing. This isn't anything, live, and it's still balls up here. Then, okay, get the slot, then throw him one. Like that pitch was inside, and he just took the barrel right to it. And that just shows you how important it is and how tough it is to get there while you're trying to hit. All I want you to do this week, just feel that. Just start leading with your elbow. Lead with your elbow. Lead with your elbow. But notice what my hands are doing. Staying in the same spot. Okay, I don't want your hands going back and through here. It's very, because I've had guys go practice it and they come back and the next thing I got is they're turning their shoulder. I don't want that. Nothing, just right there.
That elbow and that knee are supposed to go at the same time?
Well, I'm trying to get him, and then ultimately what it's going to look like. And this is where you just got to keep practicing it, because ultimately it's going to look mean. It's going to go. And then when this goes, and that's when it's violent. Which, again, you got to get it all kind of one step at a time. And like for my son, as soon as the pitcher breaks his hands, he lifts and lifts. And then it's press, land, slot. And you can just kind of really see it. All right? And again, he still struggles, but he's got a chance.
Is he finished with school now? Baseball?
Yeah, they just started the summer yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm trying to get him on the field here. show you. You ready? Let's take a few live. Let that elbow lead the way. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to work. Holy, you gotta tell me you're gonna do that. No, that's your whole body. That one you hit over here, your barrel was sitting right there, and then everything kind of stopped right before contact, and the barrel just exploded. All right? Now, if we look at the back speed on the one you hit over there and then that last one, what was the big difference? Everything was turning at the same time while you were trying to hit it. The other one, everything was stopped. Okay? Get it going, get it stopped. All right? Here we go. It was all kind of happening at the same time. Get it going, then abruptly stop it. Throw in the water, right? Throw in the water bucket. That's better. Yikes. Get away. You have to be blocked and up on your toe before you hit it. And if that barrel's slotted right, you're going to smoke it. Good. Nice job, man. Keep that barrel by your head. Alright? Holy shit. Alright, good job. Come see this stuff, really. And we'll finish up the bucket.